Welcome back, coin collectors, history lovers, and treasure hunters. Today's video is all about one of the most familiar coins ever produced by the United States Mint, yet one that still hides some of the biggest surprises in modern numismatics. The Lincoln Memorial Penny. Many people believe memorial pennies are only worth 1 cent, but that belief has caused countless rare and valuable coins to be spent or ignored. In today's episode, we are revealing the most valuable top 5 United States Lincoln Memorial pennies with different mint marks and different conditions that are bringing big money in today's auction market. Stay with us until the end, because one of these pennies could be sitting unnoticed in your pocket change right now. So let's get started. First up, we are diving deep into one of the most iconic and widely searched coins in American numismatic history, the United States Lincoln Memorial 1 cent penny dated 1964. With the D mint mark, at first glance this coin may seem ordinary, because millions were produced, and many people still remember seeing them in everyday circulation. However, beneath its simple copper appearance lies a fascinating story of history, collector demand, condition, rarity, and surprising auction market value. We will explore why the 1964 D Lincoln Memorial penny in circulated condition continues to attract attention today, and how the right details can turn a simple 1 cent coin into something far more valuable in dollar terms. The Lincoln Memorial penny was introduced in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of the birth of President Abraham Lincoln, replacing the earlier wheat reverse design. The obverse of the coin continued to feature the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln, originally designed by Victor David Brenner, which first appeared in 1909. By 1964, the United States was experiencing major social and economic changes, and coin production was at record levels due to a nationwide coin shortage. The Denver Mint marked with the letter D struck an enormous number of pennies in 1964 to meet public demand. These coins were made primarily of copper, giving them a rich reddish-brown tone. When new over time, circulation, wear, and environmental exposure caused many examples to darken or develop patina, the 1964 D penny represents the final full year before major changes in American coinage composition began in later decades, making it historically significant despite its high mintage. The 1964 D Lincoln Memorial penny displays several important design features that collectors closely examine. On the obverse side, Abraham Lincoln faces right, with strong facial details, including the beard, cheekbone, and coat lines. In circulated condition, these details may appear softer, but still recognizable. The word Liberty appears to the left of Lincoln, while the date 1964 is shown to the right just beneath the phrase "In God We Trust." Below the date, the small but important D mint mark identifies the Denver Mint. On the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial dominates the design, with visible columns, and in sharper examples, even the tiny seated statue of Lincoln can be seen inside the memorial. The inscriptions "United States of America" and 1 cent frame the design, while the phrase "E pluribus unum" appears above the memorial. The coin weighs approximately 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19 millimeters. The copper composition gives it intrinsic metal interest, which adds another layer of appeal for collectors and investors. Although the 1964 D Lincoln Memorial penny is not rare in terms of total numbers produced, rarity emerges when collectors focus on specific conditions, varieties, and errors. Most examples found today are heavily circulated, showing flat surfaces, worn lettering, and dark coloration. However, collectors still seek circulated examples that retain strong details, even wear and original surfaces. Coins with minimal corrosion, no deep scratches, and balanced color are far more desirable than heavily damaged pieces. Additionally, certain die varieties and minting errors from 1964 D pennies, such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, or repunched mint marks, can significantly increase collector demand. Even in circulated condition, these special varieties can be considered scarce, because only a small percentage of the total mintage displays such characteristics. As interest in Lincoln cents continues to grow worldwide, demand remains strong, especially for older copper issues. In today's auction and collector market, the value of a 1964 D Lincoln Memorial penny in circulated condition depends heavily on eye appeal and any special attributes. A typical heavily circulated example may trade for just a few cents above face value. However, a well-preserved circulated coin with clear details and attractive color can range from $150,000 if the coin shows light circulation, wear, and better than average surfaces. It can sell for $275,000. Or more. Coins with recognized errors or rare varieties have sold at auction for prices ranging from $435,000, depending on the type and strength of the error. While not every 1964 D penny will bring big money, the right combination of condition, rarity, and collector demand can transform this humble 1 cent coin into a surprising dollar value. Collectors interested in the 1964 Lincoln Memorial penny should always start by carefully examining each coin under good lighting and magnification. Look closely at the mint mark date and lettering for signs of doubling or unusual shapes. Avoid cleaning the coin, as this can permanently reduce its value, and collector appeal store coins in proper holders, such as coin flips or albums, to protect them from moisture and damage. Learning basic grading standards will help you better understand market prices and avoid overpaying. Buying from reputable dealers or verified auction platforms is always recommended. Keeping track of recent auction results can also help you stay informed about current market trends and demand. The United States Lincoln Memorial penny 1 cent 1964 with D mint mark may appear common, but it carries deep historical meaning, strong collector interest, and real market potential. In circulated condition, it tells a story of everyday American life while still offering opportunities for discovery and value. Whether you are a beginner searching through pocket change or a seasoned collector studying varieties, this coin deserves attention as the market for classic copper coins continues to grow. The 1964 Lincoln Memorial penny remains a powerful reminder that even the smallest denomination can hold big value in dollars. Next up, the United States Lincoln Memorial penny 1 cent, dated 1978, without mint mark, in fine condition. Many people overlook this coin because it feels familiar and common, but hidden behind its everyday appearance is a story of history, design, production, and collector interest that continues to grow in today's auction market. By the end of this video, you will understand why even a circulated 1978 Lincoln Memorial penny deserves attention and how condition, rarity, and demand can influence its value. In dollars, the Lincoln Memorial penny series began in 1959 to honor the 150th anniversary of the birth of President Abraham Lincoln. It replaced the earlier wheat reverse design and introduced a new look that symbolized American democracy and remembrance. The 1978 Lincoln Memorial penny was struck during a time when the United States Mint was producing massive quantities of cents to meet everyday commerce needs. In 1978, pennies without a mint mark were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark on circulating coins during that era. This year sits in the late period of the Memorial series, before major changes in metal composition and minting technology would arrive in the early 1980s, making it an important transitional era coin for collectors. The obverse of the 1978 Lincoln Memorial penny features the iconic right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln's expression is calm and dignified, symbolizing unity and strength. The inscriptions include "In God We Trust" along the top, "Liberty" to the left, and the date 1978 to the right. The absence of a mint mark below the date confirms its Philadelphia origin. The reverse, the inscriptions "United States of America" and 1 cent, along with the motto "E Pluribus Unum." Each coin also has the familiar portrait of Lincoln, whose lines and facial features may show wear in circulated coins, yet remain recognizable in fine condition. The Lincoln Memorial, a powerful architectural symbol, with fine columns and steps in the center. Between the columns, a small seated statue of Lincoln can be seen, a detail that fascinates collectors. The coin is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving it a rich reddish-brown tone, especially visible in well-preserved examples. In fine condition, the design elements remain clear with moderate wear but strong overall detail. While the 1978 no mint mark penny is not rare in terms of mintage numbers, condition plays a major role in collector demand. Fine condition examples strike a balance between affordability and visual appeal. In this grade, Lincoln's hair details, facial features, and coat lines are still visible, while the Lincoln Memorial columns remain mostly defined. Collectors often seek fine condition coins for date and mint sets because they clearly represent the design without the high cost of uncirculated pieces. Additionally, error coins, die varieties, and exceptional strikes from this year increase interest, making collectors look more closely at every 1978 penny they encounter. In today's auction market, a 1978 Lincoln Memorial penny without mint mark in fine condition generally carries a modest value above face value. However, market prices can vary depending on eye appeal, original color, and demand from collectors building complete memorial penny sets. Typical fine condition examples may trade for $250,000, especially if they show strong detail and attractive copper color. Coins with unusual toning, better than average strike quality, or confirmed errors can bring higher prices, sometimes reaching $385,000 or more. The market remains active as copper-based cents continue to gain attention. Collectors should always examine 1978 pennies carefully under good lighting. Look for sharp details, balanced wear, and natural color. Avoid coins that have been harshly cleaned or damaged, as these lose collector value. Storing coins in proper holders away from moisture and extreme temperatures will help preserve their condition. Learning to grade accurately is essential because small differences between fine, very fine, and uncirculated grades can significantly affect value. Checking for doubled dies, off-center strikes, or other mint errors can turn an ordinary penny into a valuable discovery. The United States Lincoln Memorial Penny 1 cent 1978, without mint mark in fine condition, may seem like a simple everyday coin, but it represents an important chapter in American numismatic history. Its classic design, copper composition, and role in the long-running memorial series make it a meaningful collectible. Next up, the United States Lincoln Memorial 1 cent coin from 1973, specifically the rare version without a mint mark in fine condition. While pennies are often overlooked in everyday transactions, coins like this one hold a special allure for collectors, investors, and history aficionados alike. What makes this particular 1973 penny stand out is not just its age, but its rarity and the subtle features that tell a story about American coinage and the era in which it was minted. We will explore its history, unique characteristics, rarity, current market value, and provide tips for collectors looking to add this piece to their collection. The Lincoln Memorial Penny series has a rich history, dating back to 1959 when the United States Mint decided to honor Abraham Lincoln on the cent, marking the 150th anniversary of his birth. The reverse design of this series features the iconic Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., which replaced the wheat ears design of the previous Lincoln penny. The 1973 penny belongs to this memorial series, which was minted from 1959 through 2008. Each coin from this period carries a combination of artistry and historical significance, representing not only the legacy of Lincoln himself, but also the evolving techniques of the United States Mint during the mid-20th century. The 1973 penny is particularly interesting because, unlike many other years, some coins were struck without a mint mark, which makes them more rare and sought after by collectors today. Examining the unique features of the 1973 Lincoln Memorial Penny, one cannot help but notice its classic design. The obverse features a finely detailed portrait of Abraham Lincoln, inspired by the original design of Victor David Brenner from 1909. Lincoln's profile is crisp and clear, showing remarkable depth in the hair, beard, and facial features. On the reverse side, the Lincoln Memorial is depicted with intricate architectural precision, complete with columns, steps, and even a tiny figure of Lincoln seated inside, visible in the central niche. The inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1 cent are sharply defined, and the absence of a mint mark for certain 1973 coins adds a layer of rarity that collectors immediately notice. The coin is composed primarily of copper, giving it a distinctive reddish-brown hue that can vary slightly depending on wear and environmental exposure. Coins in fine condition retain most of these details despite circulation, with moderate wear on the high points, but overall well-preserved design clarity. The rarity of the 1973 Lincoln Memorial Penny, without a mint mark in fine condition, is what makes it particularly desirable among collectors. Unlike coins from the Philadelphia Mint, which often received extensive production runs, the absence of a mint mark on certain pennies indicates limited availability, increasing their collectible value. Condition plays a critical role in determining this value, as coins graded in fine condition are considered to have moderate circulation wear but still display major design elements clearly. For collectors, finding a 1973 penny in this condition without a mint mark is akin to discovering a hidden gem, offering a tangible connection to the history of American coinage and the mid-20th century economic landscape. The combination of scarcity, historical significance, and condition creates a strong demand in the collector market. When it comes to the current market value of the 1973 Lincoln Memorial Penny without a mint mark, it can vary depending on the coin's exact grade and condition. In fine condition, these coins typically command a higher premium compared to standard circulated pennies from the same year, often ranging in value from $275,000 in collector auctions. Coins that are graded higher or have exceptional preservation can fetch even more, sometimes reaching over $365,000 in specialized numismatic sales or private collections. The value is influenced not only by rarity but also by collector interest, historical appeal, and the coin's overall visual appeal. For those monitoring online auction platforms or coin shows, this particular penny has consistently shown a strong market presence, confirming its status as a valuable collectible. For collectors seeking to acquire a 1973 Lincoln Memorial Penny without a mint mark, there are several strategies to keep in mind. First, understanding the grading system and learning to identify a coin's condition is crucial, as even subtle differences in where can impact value. Second, sourcing coins from reputable dealers or certified auction houses ensures authenticity, which is especially important when dealing with rarities. Third, paying attention to the coin's provenance or previous ownership can sometimes add historical value and make the coin more desirable to serious collectors. Lastly, patience is key, as finding the perfect example in fine condition may take time, but the satisfaction of adding a rare, well-preserved coin to your collection is well worth the effort. The 1973 United States Lincoln Memorial Penny without a mint mark is more than just a 1-cent coin. It is a symbol of American history, a testament to the enduring legacy of Abraham Lincoln, and a remarkable collectible for numismatists around the world. Its unique design, limited availability, and historical significance make it a sought-after piece that continues to command attention and value in today's market. Whether you are a seasoned collector or just beginning your journey into the world of coins, this rare penny offers a tangible connection to the past and a promising addition to any collection. By understanding its history, appreciating its features, recognizing its rarity, and carefully navigating the collector market, you can truly grasp why this coin remains an enduring treasure for enthusiasts and investors alike. Next up, the United States Lincoln Memorial Penny, 1 cent, from the year 1975, specifically the version without a mint mark. This coin may seem ordinary at first glance, but for collectors and enthusiasts, it carries a unique appeal, historical significance, and surprising value in today's action market. We are going to explore every aspect of this coin, from its origin and design to its rarity, value, and expert tips for collectors. So, let's embark on this journey through history and coin collecting. The story of the Lincoln Memorial Penny begins in 1909 when the United States first introduced the Lincoln cent to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was a groundbreaking design at the time, marking the first time a president's portrait appeared on regular circulation coinage. Fast forward to 1959, the Lincoln cent underwent a major design change. The reverse, which originally featured 2 stalks of wheat, was replaced with the iconic Lincoln Memorial design to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This design became a staple of American coinage, representing both historical reverence and artistic achievement. The 1975 Lincoln Memorial Penny belongs to this era, and while it was minted for general circulation, certain factors have made specific examples, like the no mint mark version, highly desirable among collectors. Let's talk about what makes this coin visually and historically interesting. On the obverse, or front, you'll see the profile of President Abraham Lincoln, looking to the right. Above him runs the timeless motto, "In God We Trust," while to Lincoln's left is the word liberty, and to his right is the year 1975. Since this specific coin has no mint mark, there's no letter under the date, indicating its Philadelphia origin. Flip it over and the reverse features the iconic Lincoln Memorial Building, with the denomination 1 cent at the bottom and the inscription United States of America across the top. Nestled above the memorial is the motto, E pluribus unum, a phrase found on nearly all U.S. coins. This particular design has endured for almost half a century and remains one of the most recognizable American coins. In terms of physical characteristics, this coin is composed primarily of copper, 95% copper with the remainder zinc and tin, and it weighs about 3.11 grams with a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. The smooth plain edge and warm reddish tone are classic identifiers of this era penny. The coin is made primarily of a copper-based alloy, giving it a warm, reddish-brown hue in uncirculated or very fine condition. When we talk about rarity and condition, it is important to understand that the 1975 Lincoln Memorial Penny is not an extremely rare coin, but finding one in very fine or higher condition, especially without a mint mark, is increasingly difficult. Most pennies from the mid-1970s circulated heavily, accumulating scratches, dings, and discoloration over time. Coins in very fine condition, with all design details sharp and minimal wear, are highly sought after because they represent a preservation of history. The demand among collectors is driven by the desire to own a piece of American history that has survived decades of circulation in a state that still shows off its original charm. The current market value, the 1975 Lincoln Memorial Penny without a mint mark in very fine condition, can command a premium over its face value. While the coin is not among the rarest of U.S. pennies, collectors and auction markets today recognize its worth, particularly when presented in very fine condition or better. Depending on factors such as luster, strike quality, and absence of damage, such a coin can typically sell for several $375,000 in private sales or at auction. Exceptional examples, especially those with strong eye appeal or certified grading, can fetch even higher prices, illustrating how small details can make a significant difference in the numismatic market. For collectors looking to acquire or preserve a 1975 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark, there are a few important tips to keep in mind. First, always inspect coins carefully for wear, scratches, and discoloration. A coin's condition is critical in determining its value. Second, consider certification by a professional grading service, which not only verifies authenticity, but can also significantly increase the coin's market value. Third, when purchasing from auctions, dealers, or online platforms, ensure you are dealing with reputable sources to avoid counterfeits or misrepresented conditions. Finally, store your coins properly in acid-free holders, away from humidity and sunlight, to maintain their condition over time. These steps will help preserve the historical and monetary value of your collection. The 1975 Lincoln Memorial penny without a mint mark in very fine condition represents more than just a 1-cent coin. It embodies a piece of American history, a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, and a tangible connection to the past. Its unique features, historical background, and careful preservation make it a prized item for collectors. While it may not reach the astronomical values of rarer coins, its presence in a collection reflects a discerning eye for detail, appreciation for history, and understanding of the subtle factors that influence numismatic value. For those seeking to add a historically significant and visually appealing coin to their collection. Next up, the 1981 United States Lincoln Memorial penny, specifically the one with no mint mark from the Philadelphia Mint. You might have picked up one of these in your pocket change, or found it in a jar at home. While it's only 1 cent in face value, there's much more to learn about its history, design, varieties, and potential value in today's collector market. Stick around, because by the end of this video you'll know exactly why this humble penny still sparks interest in collectors and what factors affect its value. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American coinage for well over a century. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln penny replaced the Indian head cent and became the first widely circulated U.S. coin to feature a real person. The beloved portrait of Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, has remained ever since. By 1959, the reverse had changed from the traditional wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. This design stayed in place from 1959 until 2008, becoming iconic and instantly recognizable. The 1981 Lincoln Memorial penny is part of that long tradition, struck at multiple mints including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco with the S mint used mainly for proofs. In that year, the Philadelphia coins were issued without a mint mark, meaning no letter appears below the date, which is why collectors refer to these as no mint mark examples. What makes the 1981 penny distinct? Let's take a close look. On the obverse, you'll see Abraham Lincoln's right-facing bust, surrounded by the words "In God We Trust" along the top and "Liberty" to his left, with the date 1981 stamped boldly on the right. What's missing here, and what defines this version, is any mint mark, which tells us this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Flip it over and you'll see the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, with United States of America arched above and the motto, E Pluribus Unum, on a ribbon across the top. Below the memorial is the denomination, 1 cent, and the initials, FG, for Frank Gasparo. Physically, this coin weighs about 3.11 grams, measures 19.05 millimeters in diameter, and is composed of 95% copper and 5% zinc or tin, giving it that classic reddish copper color when it's less worn. It also has a smooth, plain edge. All of these features are standard for the Lincoln cents of the era. Now, we get into what really interests collectors: rarity and condition. On paper, the 1981 no mint mark Lincoln penny isn't rare at all. Over 7.4 billion pennies were produced at the Philadelphia Mint that year. With numbers like that, you can imagine that finding one in your pocket change is extremely common. But here's the subtle twist. While the date and absence of a mint mark are not rare, high-grade specimens are much harder to find. Pennies that have been heavily circulated, which is most of them, tend to show clear wear, loss of mint luster, and surface scratches, placing them in fine or lower grades with minimal collector premium. In fact, most circulated 1981 pennies trade near face value to a few cents over, depending strictly on eye appeal and wear. That said, if you find one that has escaped heavy circulation, keeping strong details of Lincoln's hair, the lines of the memorial, and vibrant red coloration that turns it from a common coin into something a collector might be interested in. Uncirculated examples graded by professional services in the MS65 to MS67 range can command significantly higher prices, 4 to 5 figures in rare cases, especially when certified by PCGS or NGC. There are also minor errors and varieties that can make a 1981 penny more collectible: double dies, die cracks, nose errors, and off-center strikes. While these are not common, they're out there and can dramatically increase value compared with a typical circulated penny. Let's talk money. What's a circulated 1981 penny no mint mark actually worth today? In most cases, a circulated coin in average condition is only worth its face value, maybe a few cents above that if it's simply nice looking, because so many were made and so many remain. If you look at coin market guides and auction data, most circulated examples trade from about $125,000, depending on the exact grade and color. A coin in fine condition where details are visible, but there's obvious where might fetch a little more from beginner collectors. High-grade uncirculated examples, coins never used as money, tell a very different story. Certified pieces in MS65 can be worth $135,000, and truly exceptional examples with strong red color have sold for $250,000 at auction. One PCGS graded MS67 without mint marks sold over $265,000 in the past, demonstrating how condition drives value. Rare error varieties can exceed that rather quickly. Off-center or major double die varieties of the year can trade from $375,000 depending on severity and grade, but these are not everyday finds and pocket change. If you're serious about collecting 1981 Lincoln pennies, here are a few tips to help you spot value and build a meaningful collection. First, inspect each coin closely, especially on the obverse and reverse fields, looking for double details, die cracks, or weird shapes. These can indicate an error worth more than face value. Always use a magnifier and good light. Next, pay close attention to the coin's color and luster. The more red and original surface you can see, the better it typically grades. Coins with brown or heavily worn surfaces will remain common and trading near face value. If you find a coin that looks exceptionally crisp or unusual, consider having it professionally graded. Grading by a reputable service like NGC or PCGS can enhance its market value and make it easier to sell. Always balance grading costs against expected value before submitting. Finally, remember that while coin markets can fluctuate, condition matters most. A well-kept circulated coin might surprise you by being more appealing to collectors than one simply in average pocket change condition. So what's the real story of the 1981 United States Lincoln Memorial penny with no mint mark? It's a coin rooted in long-standing American tradition, part of a series that spans more than a century. It's common in everyday circulation, but rare in top condition. The typical circulated, fine condition coin won't break the bank, but its value is real to collectors who appreciate the history and subtle differences in condition and variety. In higher grades and in certified form, these coins can become valuable treasures rather than just spare change. Thanks for watching this deep dive into one of America's most iconic coins. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss future episodes on coins, collectibles, and treasure hunting. Keep hunting, and you never know what valuable piece of history might be sitting in your hand.